Day 14, Luke 14. Jesus is at the Pharisee's house having a meal. It's the Sabbath, and he's being carefully watched. Will he heal a man on the Sabbath? Of course he does. Then Jesus does a bit of people watching himself, which leads him to make one of those upside-down statements. He says, anyone who exalts themselves will be humbled, and anyone who humbles themselves will be exalted. How do we exalt ourselves? And how might we humble ourselves? We learn that when we have a meal, we're to invite people who can't return the favor. Perhaps not every time, but we are to do it. Elsewhere in Scripture, it tells of a wedding banquet at the end of this age, where Jesus, the bridegroom, will be united with his bride, the church. And here, Jesus tells a parable about that wedding banquet. In the parable, he says the invitations went out for a banquet and the excuses rolled in. The parable, or the meaning of the parable, is clear because those who accept Jesus' invitation will go on to his wedding banquet, and those who don't, won't. What are we to make of Jesus' words to hate our nearest and dearest, and even ourselves? Surely those words aren't to be taken literally, because Jesus preached a gospel of love, not hate. Perhaps he used the extreme word hate to show how great the difference must be between our commitment to him and our commitment to everyone and everything else. And we have to carry our cross. Remember, Jesus would go on to do exactly that shortly before they hung him on it. But what does it mean to carry our cross? Jesus says becoming a follower means giving up everything or saying goodbye to everything we have. Is Jesus really calling us to sell our house and all of our possessions, or is he saying something about our priorities? Whatever, Jesus says the cost of following him is huge and shouldn't be entered into lightly. But it has to be said, the cost of not following him is also huge. Which do you think is the greater cost?